Hi, this is Katie. Today, I'm going to talk about something that I feel like I've kind of been hiding, like half purposefully and half accidentally hiding for a while, for like the whole time I've had my channel. And I feel like it's time to be honest with you guys, tell you what's going on, tell you some cool things. People are looking at me right now. And so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna tell you the story about how I met my boyfriend. So Kristen actually asked this question recently. I was looking the other day when I was doing my Q&A on Tuesday, I was looking for questions and I saw this question and I was like, this needs to just be a whole separate video, and it's just now is the video that is that. So this story kind of starts like in college, even though I met him in 2013, which was not college. I met him like 2.5 years ago, but the story starts, okay, so I dated a guy in college in like 2004, 2005, 2006, something around there. And he introduced me to a lot of the music that I liked and that kind of I still listen to right now, like emo, screamo-y stuff. And I can't remember if he introduced me to this particular band or if just like from listening to other bands, I heard of this band, but either way, I started listening to this band called This Providence. And a few years later, I think this was like fall 2007, This Providence was playing a show in New York City and I wanted to go. And so one of my friends came with me and we went to the city and we saw This Providence. And so, oh boy, this story, you guys. Okay, so at that show, there were like two, I think, opening bands, and one of them started playing. And it was like slow, like relaxed-ish, like jazzy music. Nothing that I listened to, nothing that I thought I'd want to listen to, and whatever. So they started playing and I was like, I don't want to listen to this, like, cause I'm impatient. And I went to see This Providence, so I wanted to see This Providence. But this first band was playing, so I was like kind of bored through the first song. And then they started playing their second song and I was like, oh, actually, like they're really good. And then by the third song, I was like obsessed. So it started from, I don't want to listen to these guys, I'm bored, to 12 minutes later, oh my goodness, I think I'm in love with them. So this band was The Reign of Kindo. So I ended up like being obsessed and I got their EP and I listened to it all the time and they became like my favorite band, like immediately. Okay, so a few years later, I was living in Connecticut and they played a show in Connecticut and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go see The Reign of Kindo. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So my brother and our friend and I went to The Space in Connecticut, in Hamden, Connecticut, I think. I love that venue. I love that venue. So we went there to see The Reign of Kindo. They played for like 2 hours. My legs hurt. I could not stand up anymore, but they're so good. They were just so good. They were just they're just so good. So a few years later, I think this was like 2012. I think it was 2012. I was traveling a lot with one of my friends and I had the Reign of Kindo lyric, living like a vagabond, stuck in my head, like the whole time. It's from a song, Blistered Hands, and I just had that lyric stuck in my head. So I was like, I want to get this tattooed on my leg, but I wanted it in the singer's handwriting. So I messaged the Reign of Kindo on Facebook and asked if he could just like write out living like a vagabond on a piece of paper and then I could like get it tattooed. And he did, and he like answered and he wrote it out and I like freaked out. I freaked out, like, because they were my favorite band at that point for like, I don't even know, like 4 years, 5 years? Who does math? I do math, just not right now, but for a while. So I was so excited. So I got the tattoo on my leg, which if you guys have watched my videos for the past like year, you've seen it, but I'll insert a picture right here. And yeah, so then a year later, so this was November of 2013, they were playing another show in New York City. And I was like, okay, well, I need to go, obviously. So the person I was dating at the time got tickets and I was like, yay, tickets. And then like later, as a surprise early Christmas present, my ex got me meet and greet tickets to like meet them and like hang out with them and then watch the show from the stage, like all this stuff, like really, really expensive tickets. So I like freaked out and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't go there and meet them. Like, are you nuts? Like, I'm going to like make a fool of myself. I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna sound like an idiot. I don't know what I'm gonna say to them. So I was so mad at my ex for getting me these tickets because they were like, and my mom, they were like, you don't need to go. Like, if it's gonna make you this anxious, you don't need to go. And I'm like, well, no, I have to go now because if I don't go, I'll regret it. So whatever. So I ended up going, and then my ex and I broke up at this point, but we still ended up going to the show together. And so we went to the show and we got there early to like meet them, and we met this singer, and I was all like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then we met the drummer. And I was like, you're cute. I mean, I didn't say that, but that's what I thought. And we met him, and I remember very specifically, he was eating like a burrito or like a bowl from Chipotle or something, and he had food in his mouth. And he was like holding the bowl with one hand and shook my hand with the other hand. And I was like, yep. And so yeah, so then we like all hung out for a little bit, and then I watched the show from the stage, which was like one of the weirdest things. It was just so like, ugh. So and I couldn't see the drummer, and I was all like a little like crushy on him, so I couldn't see him because there were like boxes or amps or something like was in my way, and I was so upset. I mean, not like upset, but like I was like, oh man, like I want to see him, he's so cute. So there was one little like half a second where we like made eye contact and he smiled because like I saw him through like a crack in the boxes or whatever happened, and I was like, oh. Okay, so then, oh wait, I forgot a part. Before they played, he was all like, oh, we should hang out sometime, like to me and my ex. He was very like, being like nice, like, oh, you guys live around here, we should all hang out, like blah blah, we should be friends. And I was like, you're the drummer of my favorite band, why do you want to be friends with me? Like that doesn't, no, you're just being nice, you're just like being friendly, you just know that I'm a big fan, and it's really, really sweet of you. But I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So whatever. So then I watched the show from the stage, we made eye contact for a half a second, and my heart melted. And then the show was over, and my ex and I were like, all right, should we just like leave? Like, we don't know, like, should we go see if they actually wanted to hang out, if that was a lie? So I was like, I'm gonna go find the drummer. And I walked up the stairs, and he was literally the first person I saw. So I was like, oh, hey. And he's like, oh, we're going to a bar afterwards, blah, blah, like you guys should come, like give me your number, or I'll give you my number. I actually don't remember how that happened. No. He gave me his number because he put his name, like his full name, and then under like the company or whatever, he put friendship. I left that there for so long. And so he gave me his number, and he like, text me and I'll get your number and I'll let you know where we're going. And I'm like, okay. So my ex and I left to like eat, and then we were gonna like meet up with them later, but I was like, he's never gonna text us, like he's just being super nice, blah, 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 blah. So we left, we ate some hot dogs, and then we got back in the car and I got a text from him. And I like lost it. And he's like, oh, we're at this bar, you guys should come. So I was like, okay. So we went, and we like all hung out for a few hours, and we took pictures. What's the thing called? The photo booth, which I don't know where mine is, and I'm like really upset about it. But the three of us like took pictures in the photo booth, and we talked about how like winter sucks when you're single, like all this stuff. And then, okay. And then he was gonna take a cab home, and we're like, what are you talking about? We'll drive you home. He and one of the other guys in the band. So the four of us drove back to his house, and he's like, oh, do you guys wanna stay over? Because like it's a long drive back home. It was only like an hour. And we're like, no, it's okay, thanks. And then, so we dropped him off, and then we left. And we like lost it. We were like, okay, that was amazing. Like I did not make a fool of myself like I thought I was going to. Like everything went so well. Everybody in the band was so nice. And this drummer was like, so then, okay, so they were still on tour for a few more days, and so this drummer, have you guys caught on by now that that's Steve, that's my boyfriend? Have you, that's obvious, right? Like I've made it obvious. Okay, so Steve ended up like texting me the next day, I think, saying like it was nice to meet me and all this stuff, and we ended up talking like every day for the next few days. Not like all day every day, but like every day. And he was just so nice, and we kept joking around, and the day that he got home was his birthday. And he was only going to be home for a day because it was Thanksgiving the next day, and he was going to go back to Buffalo. Oh, because at this point, a few of them moved to New York City. So that's, I should have explained that, because like 4 hours ago in the beginning of the story, I said they lived in Buffalo. A few of them moved to New York City. So when we dropped him home, it was in New York City. And yeah, so his birthday, he was going to be in the city, but then like the next day they were leaving to go to Buffalo for Thanksgiving. So he texted me and asked me, hey, do you want to like get lunch on the day that I'm home? And I'm like, that's your birthday. But yeah, so I went there and I brought him cookies for his birthday, and we got lunch, and then we hung out, and then like a month later he was my boyfriend. But we've been together for a while, and it's still like I still don't think that it has registered that he's the drummer of my favorite band. Like, because they're still my favorite band. I still have his best friend / the singer of his band's handwriting of a lyric tattooed on my leg. Like, they're just my favorite band. And like, I've talked about him so many times, and I've said that my boyfriend's a drummer, but like, I've never actually said that he's the drummer of the Reign of Kindo. So that's how I met my boyfriend. And then I don't really know what happened. I guess he thought I was cute, and I was like obsessed with him like immediately, because he's just so nice and so cute, and the most talented person in the entire world. Like, if you guys have 3 minutes, go Google the Reign of Kindo. Just go find them on YouTube. X out of this freaking video, I don't even care. Go find him on YouTube and go watch him. He can play like every instrument in the entire world, but he plays the drums in like all the bands he's in, and he's so good. He's just so good. And he's, oh. So it's just so weird to think that, like, I'm obviously not dating him because he's the drummer of my favorite band, but if he wasn't the drummer of my favorite band, we never would have met. So like, it's super, like, it's just so insane. It's just so insane to me. All right, so that's the story. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave me some comments, but please don't leave me comments saying, oh, you're only dating him because he's the drummer of your favorite band, because it's just not true. And so I don't want like people talking like that, but leave me some comments about how you met your boyfriend, or any cool stories that you have like that. Or leave me a comment if you like the Reign of Kindo, because they're still my favorite band, and they have been for like, what, 8, almost 9, wait, 9 years? Jeez. Yeah, almost. So, okay, I guess that's it. I love you. Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.